Dating actually hits different when you're no longer dating for fun, for attention, or just for the vibes, but you're dating for peace, for purpose, and alignment. Hi, my loves. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Ejilechi, and on this channel, I talk about soft life, personal development, intentional growth, beauty, and everything in between. And on today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys dating lessons that I've actually picked up, and not from fairy tale moments, but from growing into myself as a woman. And this is for my girls that are healed, my girls that are healing, and just for the girls that are tired of entertaining the bare minimum. So, my loves, the first tip I'm going to be giving to you guys today is that emotional safety is sexy. If I cannot be soft around you, then you're not for me. I certainly want a relationship that I can breathe in. So that is one thing I think is important that a lot of ladies need to learn, that a relationship or a partner where you have emotional safety is really paramount and is really very important. You have to feel emotionally secure in a person, and in a relationship, if emotional security is missing, then you should be missing from that relationship. That is a very important tip that you need to learn. If you're going to be dating in your late 20s, in your 30s, if you're going to be dating, emotional safety is actually really sexy. That is one thing you need to crave for. The next tip I'm going to be dropping in today's video is that being single is not a crime. As opposed to popular beliefs about the singles, you're single and all of that, being single is not actually a crime, because solitude has actually taught me a lot of things that I do know about relationship right now. Solitude has even taught me more than being in a relationship. So it's very important that you value your single days. If you're somebody that is single, it is very important that you value your single days, that you get to know yourself better, build yourself, learn yourself, invest in yourself. Being single is actually very, very important. It's an important part, it's an important stage, and so it is not a curse. Yes, I know you see the videos and everything on social media, the couple goals and all those things, but your time is definitely going to come, and being single is not actually a curse. You shouldn't be scared of being single. Some people are scared of being single. Some people cannot be single. They just can't be on their own. They have to be talking to somebody. They have to be loving up on somebody. Somebody has to be loving up on them. No, you need to be able to love yourself as an individual. You need to be able to have an individuality, a personality, so that you can function properly in a relationship. So your single days is not actually a curse. I know you hear this a lot. That's because it is true. Believe it, your single days is not actually a curse. So, my loves, this tip is very important. This tip is that I do not date potential. I do not date potential. And girl, if you want to step up your dating game, you shouldn't either. I actually want to love someone, fall in love with someone for who they are, and not for someone I think they are going to become someday. Just imagine they never become that person. Dating potential is like having faith. Do you understand? And having faith this time around, not faith in God, but faith in an individual, which you shouldn't. You shouldn't have faith in a man. You shouldn't date potential, because you never can tell. Tomorrow is not promised. Just what if what you've envisioned in your head doesn't actually happen? It doesn't become that person who you've assumed he's going to become. Then what happens next? That is why it's important for you to date somebody for who they are, love someone for who they are, and not because you think that 2 years, 3 years from now they're going to become who you want them to be. So, ladies, if you don't want to waste your time, stop dating for potential. I don't know who taught us that. Stop dating for potential. And when I say stop dating for potential, I'm not saying that you have to date somebody that has attained all of what he wants to attain. Or do you understand? I'm not saying that he must be somebody that has made it. Girl, if you can find a man that has made it, chef's kiss. But that's not entirely what I mean. What I'm saying is that wherever you meet that person at that point, let him be at a point where you can settle with him, just in case he doesn't attain what you think or what you've envisioned he's going to attain. It's just safer that way. If you don't want to waste your time, if you want to get the best out of your relationship, you want to get the best out of dating, stop dating for potential. So ladies, the next tip I'm going to be sharing in today's video is that chemistry can lie, pattern doesn't. You don't need to base your decisions on chemistry. You might have actually good chemistry with somebody, but then you need to watch their actions, their pattern. That is what is going to give you a detailed example, or detail that is going to clarify who this person is. So don't base your decisions, your feelings, everything on chemistry. Watch their actions, watch their patterns, because patterns don't lie. I wish somebody had told me earlier. Patterns do not lie. Don't be mesmerized by the spark that you actually ignore the smoke. Do you get? So yeah. So my loves, one other tip that is very important that we need to know is that love doesn't feel like confusion. Love shouldn't feel like confusion. If there's one thing love is that love is very sure and love is very certain. Do you understand? If I'm constantly anxious, overthinking, guessing, then it's not alignment, it's probably trauma response. So if you're with somebody and you're constantly confused, you're constantly anxious, you're constantly guessing, you're not certain, then you probably shouldn't be with that person. Because if there's one thing love is quite certain and love is very sure. When you know, you know. When you know, you know. So one other thing that is very important is that I'm allowed to want more. I'm allowed to say no. I'm allowed to, want more out of a relationship, want more out of a partner. I'm not being difficult. I'm just expressing myself. You should be able to express yourself in a relationship. You should be able to communicate properly as to what you want, what you need. And if you do, and then your partner considers you to be a difficult person, then he's probably not the right person for you. You should be able to express yourself, express your needs and your wants in a relationship. And it doesn't just have to be financial. A relationship shouldn't just cater for your financial needs. It should, cater for your physical needs, your emotional need, mental need. You understand? You need to be able to find all of that in a person. You need to be able to express what you want without feeling guilty. And if you start feeling like if your partner considers you to be a difficult person just because of the fact that you're expressing your needs and your wants, then you're probably in the wrong place. The last tip I'm going to be dropping in today's video, I consider it to be one of the most important tips, which is that real love doesn't shrink you. If you find yourself in a relationship where you've constantly shrunk yourself, where you actually have to shrink yourself just to be in that relationship, then you're probably in the wrong relationship. And it's very important that you understand this, that you know this on time before you lose yourself. The right person is going to love your full expression. And I'm not talking about maybe you having to work on negative things about yourself, because we all have our bad sides. A good relationship is going to make you work hard on yourself to be a better person. That's different. But when you are shrinking your values, who you are, you're changing yourself, you know that you're losing yourself just because you want to fit into this relationship, then girl, that's not the right relationship for you. You're going to lose yourself in that relationship. If you're not careful, or if you're not lucky, by the time you find out, by the time you discover that that's not the right relationship for you, it might actually be too late. It might not be too late, but it might have, become really detrimental to your life. Being in a wrong relationship can actually ruin your life. Do you understand? So a relationship shouldn't shrink you. So if you meet somebody you like and you think you want to hit it off with this person, don't shrink yourself to become more digestible. If he's the right person for you, then he's going to love all of you. Wouldn't you rather be with somebody that knows that maybe you're somebody that likes Harry Potter, horror movies, stuff like that, than lie that that's not what you want, that's not what you like, and try to like what they like? How are you going to be happy in that relationship? Because you're not yourself. So it's better. You're not for everybody, definitely, you wouldn't want to be in a relationship with everybody, but I know that you definitely want to find your person. So whenever you feel like you're shrinking yourself to become more digestible, then you're in the wrong place. So my loves, these are the few tips that I decided to share with you guys in today's video. If any of these tips resonated with you, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe so you don't miss any of my uploads at all. I drop videos every single week and we always have fun on this channel. So subscribe to my channel, join the family, and I will definitely see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.